Mission. I begin today by acknowledging the Muinina people, traditional custodians of the land on which we gather today, and pay my respects to their elders past and present. I extend that respect to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples here today. Welcome everybody. We've made it to the third ever Sleep Rough, and what an incredible journey it has been. We are stronger working together as a community, as a team. If you look around you this evening, you will see around 300 people who, just like you, want to see a world where every single person has access to shelter, food and support. I'd like to take a second to congratulate you for not only signing up to the Sleep Rough Challenge, but for putting in the hard yards and showing your solidarity with the 300 people who are sleeping rough in Tasmania tonight, which, if you look around, is about the same amount of people you can see around you. I think you deserve a huge round of applause. Thank you. Together, we have raised over $182,000 so far. That is such a massive achievement. We know that times are really tough at the moment for everybody. Electricity costs are higher, petrol is higher, groceries are higher. There's a chronic shortage of affordable housing, rental prices are through the roof. It is so tough out there. But there's good news. Hobart City Mission is here to help Southern Tasmanians through these hard times. And because of people like you and your fundraising efforts, people have somewhere to turn to for food when they're faced with feeding their family or paying the rent. Because of people like you, there are beds in a safe place with a warm meal when people don't have anywhere else to go. And because of people like you, there are homes for individuals and families to live in safely while they get back on their feet or work towards their goals with on-site support. Thank you for making all of that possible. I need to make special mention of some incredible people and teams in the room tonight. To our champions of change who have raised over $1,000, thank you for the hard work that you've put in to make a difference. You are at the front line of our fight against homelessness. You can spot our champions of change roaming around tonight in their special hoodies. To our competitive leaders, and the leaderboard has changed a fair bit today, Team Athena, HelpCon, the Lowthers and Friends, Insignia Financial, the Marriotts and Friends, Jez Gearman, BJ and Charlie. You are absolutely smashing your fundraising, and you are in the running to win a private tour of Hobart City Mission's programs. Thank you. Sleep Rough doesn't happen without our partners, who support the event with cash or in-kind donations to ensure that it can run for the smallest amount possible. To our incredible major partners, Planets Mitre 10, who've been with us since the beginning, thank you for supporting Sleep Rough and your commitment for 3 years in a row. A huge thank you to our partners, Unica Wealth and Petrusma Property, who've been also with us since the very beginning. And a big thank you to all of our supporters as well. Princess Wharf, Shed Number 1, Hunt Security Services, Alive Technologies, Rotary Lindisfarne and Rotary Clarence Sunrise Group for cooking and serving all our food for 3 years in a row, TasCaf, Woolworths, Ashgrove, City of Hobart, Rockwall Bar and Grill, Combi Crew, the Wrist Brand Co, the Old Bull Store, One Pack and Dark Lab. Woo. I would also like to thank all of the Hobart City Mission staff and volunteers who are here tonight running the event and being available to talk to you about the work that you're making possible. Thank you. Alright, some housekeeping. Please pull up a spot anywhere inside or outside the shed, but ensuring that you keep clear of any main entry or exit points. Please be mindful of the tape on the floor. That is for an event that's coming up in this space. Please don't pull it up if you can. And also, we've had a mention from last year's event that some cars were towed over at the Salamanca Strip because some people parked their cars there and the vendors at the Salamanca market were a bit unhappy. So if you are parked over there, it might be a good idea to move it, pretty please. Lights will be dimmed at 10 p.m. Please be respectful of people around you and keep noise to an absolute minimum after this time. Rotary are serving potato and leek soup or 2-minute noodles for dinner, so please be sure to visit them before 8:30 if you'd like something to eat. You're welcome to visit the barista cart for coffee, hot chocolate or a cuppa, and after 8:30 instant facilities will still be available throughout the entire evening. We have some activities set around the room for you to pass the time, including origami, giant games, and a pop-up op shop. And please take the time to sit on the beanbags, pop a pair of headphones on, and watch the videos that we've prepared for you. You'll be taken through each of Hobart City Mission's programs, and you'll hear from people who've journeyed through homelessness. While you're watching and listening, please remember that you are helping to make those programs and these positive outcomes possible by being here tonight. After our formalities, we'll show the movie Missing Link. I got the wrong up there, sorry, it's Missing Link, not The Croods. So pull up a spot in your sleeping bag and settle in for the night. Tomorrow morning we'll have free barista coffee served from 6 a.m. and a barbecue brekkie served out on the forecourt, and we'll also be drawing our top fundraisers and our fundraising competition. So over the evening we'll be keeping track of donations, and the top 3 fundraisers from the evening will be drawn at 6 a.m. We have 3 prizes to give away. The first prize is a night's accommodation in a deluxe spa apartment for 2 with buffet breakfast at the Old Bull Store, plus a $100 Rockball Bar and Grill voucher. Second prize is a $150 Clenets voucher and a Moochie smartwatch for kids. And third prize is a hamper of Ellie's Gourmet Confectionery plus a hand-sewn quilt made with love by the Care Quilt Group. So make sure you text the people who haven't donated to you yet, and remember that every dollar counts. Last year we raised over $20,000 on the night, and we'd like to smash that together this year. I'd now like to introduce you to Hobart City Mission CEO Harvey Lennon to formally welcome you to Sleep Rough 2024.
Thanks for the welcome, Em, and I also firstly thank Em for putting together another incredible event. For those that don't know, Em has won the Young Fundraiser of the Year award for the last 2 years, and that's no surprise. We're very lucky to have her. And now that I've embarrassed her, Em would be the first to say there is no I in team. There's been a large team of staff and incredible volunteers working behind the scenes to put tonight together. So to all of them, thank you. Emma's already thanked our incredible event partners, but I would like to personally provide my sincere thanks to Clements Mitre 10, who have again partnered with us for this event and for this important cause. And I've just met Corey Lee from the Sorrel store at Mitre 10, so thank you for being here tonight. So for Clements, that's 3 years in a row, and this demonstrates the heartfelt commitment that they have as a local Tasmanian organisation, doing what they can do to support people who are truly doing it tough in southern Tasmania. And Em's already talked a bit about the struggle that people have at the moment. As I said, this is our 3rd year, and I'm wondering if I can have a show of hands for anyone who's done all 3. Thank you to all those people for coming back and coming back. Yeah, what an incredible effort. You are champions of change. much. Whether this is your first Sleep Rough event or your third, by being here you are directly helping the thousands of individuals and families that come to Hobart City Mission for support each year. People experiencing homelessness often tell us that they feel alone in their struggle. They feel unheard and unseen. They can feel like no one cares. Just imagine how encouraging it is for them to know that they don't stand alone, that they don't sleep alone. By your actions and by your fundraising, you are helping to give people the opportunity to move out of long-term homelessness and into housing, with a wraparound support to make sure they are successful and confident in that transition. Please take a moment at some point during tonight to sit silently and think about what it truly must be like to be without a safe place to call home. Maybe sit with the group you came with and chat about how you would feel, how you would cope. What would be the biggest challenge for you if you had no other option but to sleep rough? What it would be like to celebrate your birthday while sleeping rough in a car, in a park or on someone's floor, for instance. How it would feel to have nowhere to go to wash your clothes or shower or cook a meal for yourself and your child. We all need a reminder sometimes to be grateful for the things we have as we consider what it is like for those who don't have. And please make sure when someone asks you about your weekend or what you were up to last night, tell them that you were finding out what it would be like being homeless for a night, about how it could happen to anyone, and that there is something they can personally do about it. Tell them that it's not too late to sponsor you.
I'd now like to introduce Ewan Higgs, Hobart City Mission's Housing Manager, Hannah Richardson, Safe Space Program Leader, and Elisa Ryan, Small Steps Program Leader. Earlier this week, we asked our Champions of Change to ask any questions that they wanted about homelessness. And these three have been kind enough to answer those questions for you tonight. Okay, so what are the root causes that lead someone to experience homelessness?
It's interesting, there's obviously a number of issues that result in someone ending up on the streets, but primarily the main one would be trauma. A lot of the people we see experience trauma starting from childhood, and it can go right through their life. As a result of trauma, it means people have difficulty building relationships, forming strong connections. So it's probably one of the biggest things that we see. Obviously financial hardship is another one. With the cost of everything, sometimes housing is the one thing that just suddenly becomes unaffordable.
Thank you so much, Ewan. Is it better to give money or food to a homeless person on the street?
Not everyone will agree with me here, but I think it's money and we're giving the choice back to the person as to how they wish to spend it.
Thank you. How many people are you currently supporting or accommodating in your different housing programs?
I can speak for Small Steps. Currently we have 12 mums and 14 children living at Small Steps, and they can live up to there for 2 years plus. Really, up to 2 years, you're usually moving on within 1 year. And then we have about 15 mums on the waiting list, but we've had up to about 35 mums at some times on our waiting list waiting to come in. And so that's Small Steps. I don't know if you've got a waiting list.
We did some quick figures earlier, and we reckon there's about 180 people across the organisation that we support at any one time, from our housing programmes through Safe Space.
If you have to turn people away because you haven't got any accommodation available for them, what other support can you offer them?
safe space, yeah, because we can only sleep 30 people every night, so sometimes we do have to turn people away. Hopefully we can get that message to that person earlier on in the day so they can reach out to their other supports, or we try and offer a hot meal and a drink and a blanket and something to sleep on.
For us here at Small Steps, we try to work with any mum that's on the waiting list as well. So if they're waiting to come in, we can offer them links to other support services. Only yesterday we linked a young mum who is pregnant waiting to come into our service with a pregnancy support service called Esther's, and they're able to walk through and meet that mum and help them connect with maybe shelters or emergency relief, and we can help with emergency relief, but we also can help with just giving them a call and knowing that they're not forgotten. I think that's really important, and just seeing how are you and what's your situation still like, and have you got someone supporting you at the moment. So, and connecting them to a housing worker as well that can also advocate for them on their behalf. So we don't forget about them when they're waiting to come into our service. We just continue to stay in contact and make them know that we're still thinking of them and they're here to help.
So what support or help do you get from councils and government agencies?
So some of the programs within Hobart City Mission are government funded. So we get assistance to run our Housing Connect program. We get some assistance to help with emergency relief. But as you would have saw from the video, a lot of our programs are self-funded. That gives us the capacity to run them as we see they need to be run without having to answer to government for the money. It means we can respond quickly if needs change. We can adjust and adapt to the programs. Hobart City Council are a fantastic support for the work we do. We have regular meetings with the council. They help with donations. I guess I can't speak highly enough of the support that they give us, and they do everything they can to help.
Thank you. How can we create a future where everyone can have a safe place to call home?
It's a difficult question because there are so many reasons people end up feeling unsafe and not having a roof over their head. Interestingly, when we had COVID come through and we saw the extra payments, we saw people who were on the streets being able to afford accommodation for the first time in a long time. It clearly highlights that people aren't getting enough money. They just can't afford to put a roof over their head. I oversee Housing Connect, and we see a number of people who might be on disability support or on the pension, and they're paying 60, 70, 80% of their income just on rent. They just can't afford to do it and go to the doctor and pay for medications and then try and put food on the table.
That's okay. That's great. Thank you, Ewan. And if I see someone sleeping rough in Hobart, who should I refer them to and how?
The first phone call would be the front door, which most people within the community know the number, and the referral then will obviously go through to Housing Connect worker, or it'll come through to Safe Space.
So can you Google that number?
You can Google that number, or you can actually direct somebody who's sleeping rough directly to Safe Space, and they can refer themselves.
Thank you. I'd love some information on how homelessness impacts women, especially any information regarding DV.
Well, we have a lot of young mums that come through our service that have experienced DV, and Ewan helped me out with some statistics about, of all the people that we see, about 32% are affected by domestic violence. So that's quite high, and even higher in our service at Small Steps as well. And I just made some notes about particular mums in our service and how that affects, I suppose it's a lack of confidence. It really affects our young mums, building and forming trusting relationships, and finances as well. One of our young mums had her brand new phone smashed, and anyone who is young and has a phone, you know how important that phone is. Well, it's important to me actually. I need TikTok and Facebook as well. But you know that you need a phone to be able to connect to services, to connect to friends, to connect to family, and she had her phone smashed. And she also had to leave the place that she was living, which also meant leaving on a big Aurora bill. And so we worked with Aurora and Vodafone, and they helped her out by wiping those bills for her because she'd experienced DV. But it was quite a journey to go through for about 6 months of advocacy to help her prove and give evidence around what she'd experienced and getting help around that. So that was a big toll on her, and she had to go through a long time without actually having a phone, which is essential these days. It also leads to some unhealthy relationship behaviours for the future, putting them at risk, further at risk, but we've also seen some remarkable changes as well. So some young mums who've experienced domestic violence who are helping and supporting each other, and some young mums who've experienced domestic violence that makes remarkable changes so that they're creating a new cycle for their own children. So that's really great to see, where we're providing them with a safe space. And programs like Engender's Shark Cage and Family Relationship Violence Counselling Service, that links with those services so that they can recognise behaviours and not put themselves in same situations again in the future. So it does have a big effect on their lives, but with the right help and support, we can really offer them some turnaround.
Thank you. And last question, how does Hobart City Mission work with other services to assist people within their programs? Example, do you have contacts within Centrelink, GPs, mental health providers?
Yeah, definitely. We have a fantastic partnership with Centrelink, and Ewan and Hannah will attest to this too. So they come to us every fortnight or month, and if you've ever been on the phone to Centrelink and had to wait and hear that beautiful music before, it's quite, really hard when you're going through a traumatic experience, whether you're experiencing homelessness or domestic violence or mental health. So we have a worker that comes to our service and meets them where they are, and then helps them go through the issues and challenges they have. But we also have great links with the Peacock Centre, our PACER team in Hobart, which is mental health emergency. We also have really good links with Headspace and the Link Youth Health Centre, all those kind of services that come in Gender, Playgroup Tasmania in small steps. But it's also really important for us to get our residents to gain their confidence to access services out in the community as well, because that's what they're going to have to do in the future for themselves. So giving them some confidence by going with them for the first time so they know where to go and the right questions to ask is really important support that we offer. Would you like to add to that? Excellent.
Nailed it. Thank you so much. Could you please give Elisa, Ewan and Hannah a round of applause for answering those questions? Okay. I'd now like to pass you over to Matt Hayes of Planet's Mitre 10, the General Manager, who are our major partner.
Thank you all, and thank you all for coming tonight. I think first of all, let's put our hands together for Lou and Harvey and the Hobart City Mission. Another fantastic event, and whilst we're not there yet, we'll still keep pushing, and hopefully we can meet that target. But thanks to you all. I've been fortunate enough a few weeks ago to see what the Hobart City Mission do, and to help those with the challenge of homelessness, and what you're contributing tonight will go a hell of a long way to supporting those people in need. At Planet's Mitre 10, we work closely with a number of the builders that are trying to build those 10,000 homes in 10 years to address the housing crisis. We see this as a step to be able to assist those in need in the short term until those builds are completed, and hopefully sooner rather than later. But again, thank you all. It's we're absolutely delighted to be the major sponsor 3 years in a row, and we look forward to seeing this event continue to grow and being major sponsor for many years to come. So thank you all, well done, and congratulations, Ed.
Thank you so much, Matt, and thanks everyone for your attention. I know that was a lot, and again for being part of Sleep Rough 2024. Please enjoy something to eat, a hot drink, browse the op shops, have a chat with one another, and don't forget about the fundraising competition. Enjoy your evening, and I'll be back on deck at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. Thank you. So congratulations to Team Athena and also to Jeremiah Yemen. And so the third highest fundraiser overnight, so from 5 p.m. to 5 a.m. was Ian Salisbury. If Ian's here, well done, congratulations. Rock up, otherwise I'll pop it in the post to him. So he wins a handmade care quilt and also an Ellie's Gourmet hamper, which looks really good this morning with a bit of sugar. Second highest fundraiser, winning a $150 Planet's Mitre 10 voucher and a Moochie smartwatch for kids, is BJ and Charlie. Yay! And the top fundraiser for the evening, winning a night's accommodation for 2 in a deluxe spa apartment with buffet breakfast and a $100 Rockwall Bar and Grill voucher, is Jeremiah Gibbon. Woohoo! He's raised over $8,000, so he's done an incredible job. And it's his first year doing it too, so congratulations. Thank you so much, everyone. You've really put in the hard yards. We were down on numbers this year, but you've all put in such a massive effort to raise $193,000 is just incredible. So thank you so much. And over the next couple of weeks, we'll be sending out some emails with the video that we showed last night. So please share that with your friends. Share the experience that you've had here at Sleep Rough, and hopefully we will see you again next year because you have made a massive impact in the community. Please help yourself to a hot drink. We've got coffee and hot chocolate up there for free thanks to Tascaf. We've also got sausages on the way out at the gate thanks to Rotary that are ready to go. So yeah, thank you so much and have a good day.